Okay. Thank you. Emily, right? Thank you. Welcome to Old Man Sports Talk. I'm your host, Old Man Nate, and it's game day in Norman, Oklahoma. First playoff game ever in the state of Oklahoma, but they just changed the playoffs a couple weeks last year. Matter of fact, was the first one where teams were able to host the playoff games on campus. I gotta tell you, this the whole city is fired up for this. This is well, let's beam back up a little bit. Oklahoma has been very blessed in the last 6 months. They, you know, in June, the Oklahoma City Thunder won the NBA championship. And then now here we are with the Sooners. And by the way, Norman is a suburb of Oklahoma City. So it's pretty much within 20 miles of each other. Maybe a little farther than that. But yeah, it's really close to each other. So this area has been very blessed the last 6 months getting an NBA championship. And now we got college football playoff with the Oklahoma Sooners. This time last year, the Oklahoma Sooner fan base was ready to get rid of Brent Venables. And here we are a year later hosting a playoff game. You can only imagine the excitement that's going on in the area. Just a few years ago, we lost Lincoln Riley, and a lot of fans were wanting, we was happy when we got Brent Venables, but when the offense was not meeting the expectations, they was ready to get rid of him. And our offense right now this year has not met the expectations that we were used to, but to me, they are good enough for us to win an NBA championship. There's Brent right there. The team just went in the stadium interviewing Brent right now. So, anyhow, let's talk about the game. Again, this is a rematch from November 15th when the Sooners beat Alabama 23-21 on my birthday. That's right. It was my birthday. Hold on, I gotta check something really quick. Okay. All right. So yeah, on my birthday, the Sooners gave me a birthday present by beating the Alabama Crimson Tide. And I'm hoping, and today, not hoping, today, they're going to give me a Christmas present by beating the Alabama Crimson Tide. So I know that the Sooners are, man, really fired up. The whole fan base is really fired up. Uh-oh. They swarming me over here. I did. I got it today.
Yeah.
I got it today.
Wait, you don't have both of them?
What?
The Thunder towel and the Sooner towel too.
No. Today's all about the Sooners.
Okay.
Today's all about the Sooners.
Can't double duty?
No, I mean, we're not going to. We're singling it. It's all about the Sooners. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the hoodies, man.
But you like them? You don't look like a hoodie guy. But I thought you could wear it on your bike though.
That'd be a good time. I'll wear my armor underneath and rock the peaks on top.
There you go. All right. So anyhow, talking about the games again. So again, the Sooners won basically because their defense is good enough to win games. It is that good. We would like a little bit more offense out of our Sooners. And I would not be surprised if we don't get a little bit more offense today. we'll find out for sure, but obviously, but they're saying that Mateer all week did not practice with anything on his thumb. He'd been playing his game, and in practice, he had been wearing something on his thumb, either a brace, like he wore, I think one time he wore a brace, and then the rest of it just some sort of tape, which I don't know what that does. But yeah, it looks like what I'm hearing is he may not have anything on his thumb now. We'll see if that turns out to be true. If it is true, wouldn't be surprised if he throws the ball better. You know, um, when you're used to not throwing the ball with something on your hand, and then all of a sudden something's on it, it messes with you mentally a little bit. And I think that's what's caused, the 3 interceptions against Texas, the 3 interceptions against LSU. Without it on there, he should be more confident, wouldn't even realize, and just zing the ball out there. So I expect the offense to be a lot smoother. Also, we get, everybody talking about Alabama getting their tight end back and getting Jammer back. Both of those guys played against OU the first time. So it's not like they didn't play against the Sooners the first time. They did. So getting those guys back does not change the game plan for the Sooners. Now the Sooners, on the other hand, are getting players back that didn't play. Some of them, I'm not even sure they're going to play. They may or may not play. We'll find out. But they're basically all their running backs are available, every one of them, which is not something that's been true. Barnes hasn't played since week 4. Tatum, probably less than five plays, or at least 5 carries. Ott, less than 10, maybe 15 carries. So primarily it's been Xavier Robinson and Blaylock. Those have been our main 2 running backs. But I do think that you probably, and the thing with Barnes is he's a straight power runner. He just runs straight forward. He was our guy against Michigan. Yes, Mateer was the leading rusher against Michigan, and he had more yards and probably even more carries to the game. However, down the stretch, we used Barnes to get them, tough yards and to get first downs and extend the drive and stuff. So he's just a straight runner. He's not going to make no moves. He's not a speed guy. Although you give him enough head start, you're going to run everybody. There we go. This guy again. Texas Carnage. How you enjoying sitting at home watching the playoffs? Huh? You said the only good team we beat this year was Alabama. Well, we did beat them, and we're playing them again in the playoffs. So enjoy the game, Texas Carnage. So anyhow, I do expect the running game to be better than it has been for the Sooners. Another thing, though, is if you look on the injury report, is you don't see it filled with offensive linemen like it has been all season. Now, here's the with them not being on the injury report, the question is going to be the offensive lineman I'm talking about. The question is going to be, are they going to play? Do you put people who've been on the bench or been hurt all year, but was probably a starter before they got hurt? Do you play them now? Or do you go with what you've been using, who's been pretty good? I don't know what the plan is. Nobody has talked about that. When they talked about the injury report, they talked about, the fact that R. Mason Thomas is back. And, I think there was somebody else, I think there was somebody else that was excited to see it wasn't on there. But nobody is talking about our offensive line. Nobody's even asked about the offensive line not being on there. And so I'm curious. I'm curious to find out who plays on the offensive line for the Sooners tonight. So we are an hour and a half from kickoff. I'm only going to talk. I got a bunch of people coming, so only going to talk until they start coming. Don't know when that'll be, but we'll see. Texas Carnage, you're wrong. The Sooners are going to win tonight. It's like they have beaten Alabama the last 2 times. Get you a drink. Uh-oh. I got some friends that are already here. Want to come over now. Damn, got you some cowboy boots.
What up, people?
What's up?
Hey, it's gonna be a good game tonight, peeps. All right? Alabama will win tonight. Ain't nobody crying. I'm not a weak man.
He's a Texas guy. He picked Alabama.
Makes sense, right?
No,
Why not?
it definitely don't make sense. Texas and Notre Dame fans are just a bunch of haters, man. Because they ain't in the playoff.
With you, this whole table?
Yeah. Just like my birthday was, a bunch of people coming here. You like it? What do you think?
Where's the ride? Oh,
Right there. I'm prepared tonight, baby. I'm prepared. We go, yeah. You like it? You like it? Good. You like it? Yeah.
Very quiet.
I like it. I ring that very corner.
So, over under 7.5. Hey, I like that, Schoolie. That's a good one. I like that. Over under 7.5. Yeah. So, I do think it's going to be. It's going to be. I think they'll score less points. See, last time they scored 40, 44. I think they scored less points tonight than they did that game. All right. So a couple more points. So Brent Venables is 5-0 against teams that he has played a second time in the same season. Okay. And that's when he was at Oklahoma before. He hasn't done it at Oklahoma this time. I don't believe anyways. I'm pretty sure he hasn't played somebody a second time in the same season. But when he was at Oklahoma before, and also when he was at Clemson as a defensive coordinator, both times, he's 5-0. And all 5 of those teams, he held that same team he played in the first time in the season to less points than they scored the first time. Okay, Texas Carter, come on now. Come on. Yeah, so 5-0 against when he played the same team for the second time in the season. And here's another fact a lot of people are talking about. Alabama's never lost to the same team twice in the same season. And they played Georgia several times, twice in the same season, whether it be in the SEC championship and then again in the national championship, or in the regular season and then played them again in the SEC championship, like this year. But so they have never lost to a team for the second time, or twice in the same season. So this could be the first for that. Well, I say that technically they have, but it was 1800, like 1883 when that happened. So yeah. You can say whatever you want. I'm just saying your little outline right there. Yep. So anyhow, so what's going to be the difference in the games tonight? I think that you're going to see a lot of the same thing you've seen in the first time. Brent Venables is going to confuse the heck out of Ty Simpson, force him to make bad decisions, turn the ball over, put the Sooners in great field position, and as long as the Sooners take care of the ball, they're going to win the ball game. They can kick field goals all night. They'll win the ball game because Alabama and Ty Simpson is not gonna. They are not gonna be able to diagnose the Sooner defense, and that's some things. I watched some videos this week that broke down some plays in the last Alabama Oklahoma play or game, and it's like there's no way to figure out what's going on with Brent Venables. They line up one way and they do the complete opposite. And you think you're throwing to a wide open area and you're not. Now, that doesn't happen every play, obviously, but he does it enough in ball game to make it different, to create the turnovers, to confuse the quarterback. And even when you think that even if like you think you have it figured out, you've only got about 2 seconds to throw the ball because they are bringing so much pressure, and they bring it from so different places. You know, whether it be up the middle or from the corner or just from the end, that you really you don't have time. You don't have time to change your mind. You know, you got 2 seconds. That's about it. When you roll out the quarterback, you may have 3. I don't think they're going to roll out the quarterback much this time, though. They did it on that strip sack that Wine caused at the end. And I think it was in the late third quarter, early fourth quarter last time. They're not going to be able to. They actually rolled out Ty Simpson that play to the left. They're not going to be able to do that now because guess what? R. Mason Thomas is here now. That means both ends are going to be coming after you, not just Wine. And R. Mason Thomas did not play against Alabama. So we talk about players that, you know, coming back that played against Oklahoma for Alabama. We got We got players that for Oklahoma they didn't play at all. I already missed the offensive line and some running backs, but also in defense, R. Mason Thomas did not play against Alabama. So yeah, R. Mason Thomas being back, he's gonna bring the pressure. And then you got Wine on the other side, he's gonna bring the pressure like he did it last time. So Alabama's probably shook right now because they know they don't have the second string guy or the other guy coming after you. They got the whole enchilada coming after you this time. KC Kent says Oklahoma 27, Alabama 24. So that's way too many points are going to be scored in this game. Way too many. My brother likes the Oklahoma 27 part, but he's actually got Alabama at 13. And I've got not too far from that. I got Oklahoma 24, Alabama 14. So I just don't see Alabama without, the Sooners turning the ball over and giving them short field or turning the ball over and then Alabama defense scoring points. I don't see Alabama being able to move the ball and move the ball enough to score touchdowns. Also, the weather today, it's going to be great temperature wise. It's going to be in the high 50s at kickoff. By the end of the game, it will be either high or low 50s to high 40s. But it's going to be windy. Yeah, exactly, Schoolie. 50 plus points would be crazy. The over-under is at 40.5, and I'm taking the under. So, but yeah, it's going to be. They say it's going to be windy. I don't know how much the wind will be, how effective the wind will be inside the stadium. They have pretty much a enclosed stadium now. Now, obviously, you kick the ball high enough, it could affect it. I don't know if it'll affect field goals or not. Again, we'll see. That's another thing that'd be interesting to find out, which we'll find out closer to game time. My weather app said it was only going to be 10 to 20 mile hour wind, but I know the flags right over here are flying they're flying pretty hard. So it's probably my weather is probably wrong. Anyhow, let me know who you guys got. Oh, some of y'all have already let me know who you think, whether it be Oklahoma or Alabama. But again, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I'm gonna get something to eat before my friends get here. But my prediction is Oklahoma 24, Alabama 14. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and follow me. That way, and ring the bell. That way you get notified every time Old Man Nate drops a video or goes live. I probably will not be back on during the game. I'm probably will be back on after the game. And by the way, I'm also predicting that DeBoer leaves next week to go to Michigan. All right. We'll see though. All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time right here on Old Man Sports Talk.